I got hit music. Yeah.
Max hits. Yeah.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
It's Friday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. How are you doing, Obiajulu Ubo? How are you today?
I'm doing amazing. I'm so looking forward to the weekend because I need to wake up late.
You know, I tried that thing, but it doesn't really work with the kids. I don't know about you. I tried to sleep in late, like 10 o'clock. They will show up 7 because they're also used to waking up early.
I lock my doors and I warn them, if you knock, I will beat you. I need to sleep and wake up 10, 11. Don't come to my room if you wake up early. Just go downstairs. The housekeeper will sort you out, yes. But don't wake me up. It's been really, I have a lot of things I'm doing. The courses are ongoing. I'm trying to sell markets, a lot of things. So this waking up very early, you know, I'm a night person. So I work basically at night. Yeah, and I slept really late yesterday because I had to put some things together. So Saturday, I'm still working all night. But Saturday, I wake up 10, 11. Don't knock. Don't call me. In fact, I'm switching off my phones. I need to rest.
Yeah. Cool. How are you doing, Nima?
Message received.
Fine, Abby. I'm fine. I'm just
not coffee and I'm already sweating.
I just need to give the Lagos State government and what's it called, SOS alert. So yes, the tankers need to load. We need to clear the queues. And for 2 weeks, they've occupied the Badagry Expressway into Ijegun, the tank farms. And what they have caused is they've made every resident in that area porous to robberies. This morning, shattered glasses at Underbridge Trade Fair showed what happened all through the night. This is not the first in the week. Last week, too, we had that. So I've been cutting corners. There's even no way outside all those communities. So we have to go find our way all the way to Navy Town and out of the community every day. But this morning was not a good experience at all. Really? Nupeng, you guys need to organize yourself. Line up on one side of the road. Make sure there's free flow of traffic on the other side of the road, please. We cannot continue to be open to robberies like that. If you don't pay, they shatter your glasses, you lose something, you still damage your cars. Please, you need to organize yourself. And you cannot pretend you did not see what has been happening for the past 2 weeks. To go into the community, Ogun, to come out trouble, please.
Very frustrating. Yeah. How are you doing, Mariam?
I'm fine. I couldn't be on the show yesterday because I had my daughter has a doctor's appointment. Yeah. We woke up one morning to lumps on her neck. I was really scared about that, but thankfully we saw the doctor. Says she's okay. He says it was just an inflamed lymph nodes. Yeah. It usually happens when you strain that area. That is always there, and I remember when I was pregnant then as well. I think women, we have them in our, chest areas. Yes, so it was good to know that she's fine.
Good.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I love the way you look.
Yeah,
I love the scarf.
Thank you. The scarf. Yeah, I've had the scarf for a while, and I just didn't know how to use it. So finally, I just let me combine it with this today. Yeah. So yesterday I got lots of calls about the show we had yesterday. I'm like, drama. My sister. Are you okay? Like, I'm actually very all right. They were calling me, and they were worried that people were attacking me on social media. I didn't see the attack. I just posted until someone else screened that and showed it to me. I was like, oops. I mean, I don't read messages. I had to go and start checking it out. I said, you know, once in a while, you need to reply to these people because I usually walk away, but sometimes, you know, you got to give them just a taste of their taste. This is showbiz. You know, you got to have different angles to make a conversation richer because the most important thing is that people must have diverse views. So if you like to color your hair green, there's some people that allow it green. Some people that enjoy it green. Others will say, hell no, why would you put it green? And all of us must express our views. Many of us travel abroad. People have different views. You see tall, short, dark, different colors. Everybody is expressive. But at the same time, we must respect each other and diversity. You don't have to agree.
And you can disagree in a respectful manner.
In a civil manner.
Civil manner. Make your point. See, disrespect does not look good on anybody. You look really weird when you come off expressing yourself disrespectfully and rude. So please, let's do better.
You look beautiful, honey.
Oh, thank you.
See, I'm telling you, I'm like, are you going to see like the Oba or something? You have a,
I think she has a date.
You have a date today.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be going just like this and just not go anywhere. Let's go to break. It's Friday. Lots of gist to do. But first, we go through the front. Oh, I forgot to acknowledge the governor of Lagos State. The ladies of your view. Whoop, 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 whoop. We got a co-100 Women Happy International Women's Day letter from the governor of Lagos State. Thank you. Each of the ladies got their packages. Thank you so much. We appreciate that you see what we do and you appreciate the work that we do. Thank you so much, the governor of Lagos State. God bless you. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we're going to start with the Punch. 208 court cases threaten APC convention. Buni fights back. Picture here of PDP plans peace panel over Edo crisis, eyes 2023 victory. Arrested BRT driver ripped me inside bus, says victim presents evidence. Oshu Babayemi vows to fight on PDP recognizes Adeleke. Police tighten security as MC Oluomo dares NURTW, withdraws members. Oyo shuts markets, roads for Balogun's coronation as Olubadan today. Jet A1 Airlines alleged racketeering. NCAA may ground planes soon. And FG seeks U.S. funding for gas supply to Europe amid Russia boycott. And workers must sack self-centered professional politicians in 2023, says NLC. Okay, which story are we taking? Human interest, go ahead.
So another lady has come out in what I believe strongly is the truth, to say that, you know, the driver that killed Bamishe allegedly killed Bamishe, also raped her, allegedly. And she's adding a piece of evidence to it. So she said she had boarded the bus from somewhere in Aja to Jakonde, and in between the distance, the two destinations, he parked in a very desolate corner, put off the lights in the bus, left the AC running, asked her to come forward to the front of the bus, and then he used some form of aphrodisiac on himself and attempted to have sex with her, which she refused. And then he threatened her with a knife, dragged her in the bus, and forcefully had sex with her. Not only that, he insisted on dropping her at her destination, which she had initially boarded the bus for, and said that, you know, he also would like to give her something for painkillers. And she refused. Before all of that, he had already taken hold of her phone. So she knew that she was in serious, dangerous situation. She had to give in. So she gave him her account, and he sent her 3,000 naira. Now, this is the way this plays out in criminal crimes. So what he is probably giving that as evidence for is to establish a transaction between them. So that at the end of the day, we say, no, but you was sex for money. I paid you 3,000, you know. And this poor girl now said she was encouraged by what she saw, and a friend who took her to a human rights group to talk about what she had experienced. And, you know, she's coming out. She also went to her bank to print the bank statement to show that that money was also sent to her account, which she attached to it. But the police spokesperson, CSP Adekunle Adishebutu, says the victim should make a formal report. I agree she should, but as part of evidence of investigating what happened to Bamiche, can you please take this piece of evidence?
Of course.
And stop
I seriously doubt they wouldn't. I seriously doubt they wouldn't because everybody is. There's a lot of emotions out there.
You know.
And the governor himself has said it. Even the Attorney General has said it. So I seriously doubt they would not take this kind of evidence.
No,
I don't think it's us that will tell them
the
to.
paper, this response to journalists is discouraging. You know, this is why some victims will not just want to come out. But now that she's bold enough, she's spoken to a human rights group. This is a crime you can find. Encourage her to come out.
I seriously doubt
you've gotten a witness.
Let's just
Say that.
Okay.
Make a formal
So,
report.
on Thursday, the wife of the former Minister for Aviation, Mr. Femi Fani-Kayode, his estranged wife, her name is Precious Chikwendu. We know of their, issues that have come online. So she was arraigned before the High Court in Abuja for charges on what they call bordering on cyber crime. And she pleaded not guilty to the charges. The prosecuting lawyer said that they should please remand her in prison until time for the case. But her lawyer was like, this makes no sense. He says this is, in fact, he said this is funny that she had been granted bail. She has never done anything to jeopardize that. And so why would they be asking to remand her in prison? This is really scary that, a domestic issue has gone this far.
Cybercrime.
We'll see.
So the federal government on Thursday is calling on the United States government to support Nigeria with funds to develop Nigeria's natural gas resources so as to serve as alternative source of gas for Europe. So this is as a result of the war between Russia and Ukraine, and they are saying that Nigeria has the capacity to supply, to be an alternative source of gas to Europe, but the problem we have is that of infrastructure, and so they are asking for funds so that the US can fund Nigeria with infrastructure to get the gas going so that we can supply them, we can be an alternative source for them. They also mentioned some statistics here. They said we can complete. There's a project, okay, we have already kickstarted the AKK gas pipeline project, and if we have the required funding, we can complete that project in 2 years. Nigeria has over 206 trillion standard cubic feet of natural gas reserves and unproven reserves of 600 cubic feet. So if they are able to, sponsor and give money for that, we can provide gas. There was no mention of providing gas for the needs of Nigerians. It's just being an alternative source of income. US, on the other hand, is saying that, okay, this cooperation will likely work, but we need to sit down so that we understand the areas of focus. This is likely going cap in hand again. We need to be very clear on what we want to achieve. And some of the things, we've had issues with oil, the oil exploration in some parts of Nigeria where over and over those places are left in deplorable state and nothing is done. We keep hearing we are sending money to heads and all of that. This one again that we have started, we need to be clear on what is expected of the US if they finally give us these funds.
Okay. So, I took a story where Ali Waba was talking about the fact that they wanted to seize power from these politicians. Well, he's not relenting on that. He's insisting that in 2023 is the year to retire politicians who see politics as an end and not a means to serve the people. According to him, that these Nigerian politicians have only demonstrated great talent in serving themselves and their families. And he's saying that, and he was talking to, this was at an event where he was talking to comrades, his fellow comrades, saying that the job of fixing our country cannot be left to the professional politicians. I say so because in the last 20 years, the current democracy obviously has suffered from them. So, obviously, he's insisting that they have the numbers, they have the power to overthrow the current system, and they're saying that they're appealing to civil service, the pensioners, although they say they have about 40 million of them, and they're saying that they can actually seize power from the current politicians that we have today. Moving on quickly now to The Nation. Boni Malami Emefiele to confer with Buhari in UK. JAMB won't extend UTME registration. PDP's next meeting to hold March 15th. 11 killed in Kaduna, Benue bandits, gunmen raids. Lagos suspends NURTW activities. Umahi begs judge gets order to stay, and excitement as Olubadan is installed today. Okay?
Banks suspend ATM and POS transactions quickly. All deposit banks have announced that, it announced temporary suspension of overseas ATM and POS transactions abroad. They said that this is due to the scarcity of dollars and challenges faced by manufacturers and real sector operators in sourcing foreign exchange from the economy. I got an email from my bank as well. Some of the banks that, sent emails to their customers are Zenith, GT Bank, First Bank, Stanbic, IBTC, Standard Chartered, and all of them are asking customers to find alternative. Additionally, they are saying monthly card spend limits on their on the web used to be $100. Now they've reduced it to $20, and they're asking customers to now use the alternative of domiciliary accounts and all of that to avail, their self of this. I don't understand how to respond to scarcity is to stop card transaction, but I don't know mass.
You don't know mass.
So, it's CBN, of course, but I don't think that if this is not relieving manufacturers, it's not aiding their businesses. What's the further hardship on the common man?
So the Ebonyi State Governor has apologized to Justice C.E.O of the Federal High Court in Abuja for attacking him. So we remember the case where the governor and his deputy were sacked from their office because they had cross-carpeted from PDP to APC, and also the lawmakers in the state that had defected from PDP to APC. And in response to that judgment, the governor had accused the judge of being a hatchet man and said that the judgment was purchased. So the NBA had called out the governor, and the judge had also asked for an apology to be made, and the governor came out and he apologized, and this apology has been accepted. He says that in line with our demands, His Excellency Engineer Umahi addressed a cross-section of Ebonyi State citizens where he unreservedly apologized for his comments, clarified his intentions, and very importantly, to call for calm from his supporters. So I brought this up because it's important to highlight respect and disrespect of the office, the judiciary. And, that's one of the things that we see plays where the judiciary would say something and the executive would, sit on it or not carry it out. Right. But now, that was so disrespectful, his response, and now he's apologized for it and maybe expressed himself better. And that's what we're telling all Nigerians, learn to express yourself better so you don't have to eat humble pie in front of everyone.
Let me go on a quick break now. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
At TVC.
How would do makeup in progress? Makeup.
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we're still reviewing The Nation. This had a story.
The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, said it will not extend the 2022 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination and direct entry. And they said because when this sort of exam is about to happen, there's always a time slot that is given to the agency. What happens is all the examining bodies will meet, have a roundtable meeting, and then they are given a specified date for the examinations, which must be strictly adhered to. And so they are saying that for this particular one, the registration is scheduled to end March 26th. It's starting February 19th to March 26th. And why they are making this sort of announcement is because they notice that a lot of people are not registering as they are supposed to register, that after these 2 weeks, there's no other time that will be given for registration. So if you're interested in registering for UTME, go ahead now.
So there's a story that caught my attention in The Nation is the RCCG has set up a directorate for members' nursing political aspirations. So they're saying that the directorate, the essence of this directorate is to help coordinate the engagement of their people who are willing to get involved in politics, as well as mobilize support for them towards that. So, I mean, that's good news for those of you in the church. And I think most other churches should do the same, where they have a directorate to support members who are running, and even mosques too, so that we know that you're getting support from your religious foundation. It's a good thing.
Really? On the face of it, maybe, but, you know, we don't want church to be too involved in politics.
Church started politics. They're the governors, the entire church must. They must.
I understand that,
they have to get involved.
I don't think about getting, I don't know.
Okay, let's move on to Daily Sun. APC freed from Yahoo governor, says Akeredolu. Insecurity, we can no longer run from community policing, says Fayemi. Herders kill 6 in Benue, gunmen kill 2 vigilantes, and abduct 4-year-old school girl. Lagos begins publications of details of convicted sex offenders. Catholic bishops express concern about new electoral act. 30,000 insurgents, families surrender in Northeast. Umar, deputy, gets court nod to remain in office. Okay? And Soludo Praise Obiano says governor served. You read that story?
No.
Okay.
No. So the chairman of Nigeria's Governors Forum and governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, mentioned during a panel discussion on security situation across states organized by the NGF in partnership with the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, has said that community policing is the way to go. However, there must be collaboration between the mainstream security agencies and the community security agencies. He said, for instance, Amoteku is achieving quite a lot in his state, and is doing this because there's this collaboration with local intelligence, and they are seeing results. That there's always this abuse and this speculation that there will be an abuse of power if we have community policing, but that should not be the focus, because you remember that even as he's sitting, I think as a governor in 2014 during elections, with his immunity, he was abused by the police. So police can use, whether it's the federal police, it's the state police, abuse can always happen. The only thing we need to work towards is building a form of institution that will deter this sort of abuses from happening. But we need community policing as well as mainstream media agencies to be able to curb the issues of our insecurity.
Who are the sex offenders?
Yes, Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, headed by Mrs. Titilola Vaivadeni as Executive Secretary, has issued their press release that, you know, all sex offenders will be have their names published now in line with Section 42 of the DSVA law that empowers the agency to publish sex offenders. And it says it's also in line with the governor's zero tolerance to all forms of sexual and domestic violence within the state. They said that this is, of course, to curb the impunity that, you know, makes and serve as deterrence to those criminally inclined people who think they can get away with it. And in line with that, they published the name of two people, Benga Olasukomi and Basiru Obashekere. Those are two people already convicted to life sentence in Lagos State for sexual offenses, of course. I must commend them. And I think that they should have a temporary sexual offender register like they do in Abuja, where people are waiting, like Omini. For instance, people undergoing prosecution presently will have their names also. It can be removed after acquittal.
Okay. All right. So for those of us that are excited about Anambra's new governor and the new incoming administration, yesterday was the final commendations ESCO meeting yesterday they had it at the International Convention Center. And the outgoing administration was there to obviously welcome the new administration, which is led by the incoming governor, Governor Soludo. But he was there to commend the work of the past outgoing administration, saying that they want to congratulate them for Your Excellency, for the work they've done. They've served Anambra very well. And he was also there to present the Vision 2070. 2070. Yeah, it says that, and that the whole essence is where they've come to present that plan to make Anambra a smart mega city. Give Lagos a run for his money. Yeah, it can't just be one. Yeah, we all got to be winners in this country. So I'm so excited and happy that the new coming governor is coming with the Vision 2070, with right mindset, right people. I mean, so far, we're loving it, Governor Soludo. We're loving it. Okay. Moving on to Vanguard. APC crisis Yahoo governors back in Buni. Who has this Yahoo story? Nobody took it. I wish I read it. Okay, I'll try to read it. I've been seeing it back and forth. Kebbi Deputy Governor recount ordeal in bandits attack. NURTW suspends Oluomo as Lagos chapter pulls out. In security, we fund security more than governors. Let me take that again. We fund security more than federal government, says governors. BRT, it's hard to believe. My daughter is dead, says Bamishe's father. 123 Nigerians to arrive from Ukraine today. State of the nation, settled dispute with ASU, Catholic Bishop tells federal government. Okay, NURTW.
Yes, I do. I have that story. So the national NURTW as executive have suspended the chairman and the executive in Lagos State and asked the deputy chairman to take over the NURT business in Lagos State. I believe and commendably that the chairman in Lagos State acted quickly. Following the history of NURT in Lagos, I remember those days in Lasso, when Saola was killed, their usual style is fight and take over. But I love the fact that he handed over the state to the governor of Lagos State immediately, saying, take over the parks and garages so that we do not have any of such. And thankfully, we did not hear gunshots. Yes,
interestingly,
the Constitution.
Yes. So the NURT national is saying they're suspending him for insubordination. Which the details were not given, but they said they had their suspicions.
But to add to the story, they said that there were a lot of consultations. They tried to resolve the issues, but unfortunately, they couldn't, and because of that, eventually.
They are also saying they had suspected that he was going to, withdraw from the national body. But this is, if you follow the line of events, this is not the right way to go. They suspended him before he withdrew, and they are saying they had suspected. So they acted in preemption of what happened. But thankfully, we are at peace in Lagos. Because
thankfully.
Not yet short to not yet
thankful. Yes, it's all right. Any other story?
About 170 Catholic bishops in Nigeria are urging the federal government to quickly and permanently settle the row with Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. They had a conference yesterday, and they employed ASU to sustain the talks so that they can resolve this particular dispute. They also mentioned that in our nation today, we observe that there is a non-functional, stable, quality, and affordable educational system that should be the bedrock of development. And what happens is that we have a lot of young people on the streets who, if care is not taken, they'll go into illegality because they are not in school when they are supposed to be in school. So no matter what is happening between the leadership of ASU and the federal government, they need to come to a round table and agree so that these students can move on. They talked about electoral reforms, constitutional amendments, and every other issues that we talk about in Nigeria.
So the Minister for Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, has said that the federal government has removed all subsidies in the power sector with a plan to gradually end subsidy in the petroleum sector. They're saying that, she was saying this at a virtual event with the IMF, and she said that, they had a few setbacks in the removal of the petrol subsidy that they plan to execute totally by July this year, but that for power sector has been done. You know that power sector, we said that something was happening there. And they said, no, nothing is happening there. But Madam, the authority on this herself has said that there's no longer subsidy in the power sector, so we should know what we're paying for now. And
okay.
So,
yeah, go ahead. We have the Jet A1, that's aviation fuel. And we know all the stories of passengers lamenting cancelled flights, and NCAA, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, saying it looks like they're going to ground flights nationwide, planes nationwide, if what they're getting is that the airlines are unable to operate their planes because of this scarcity. The Executive Director of Distribution, Storage and Retailing Infrastructure, NMDRA, has said that there's enough there's enough aviation fuel, and that is just like a group of people, there's racketeering going on, but he has evidence to prove that there is enough, for it to go around and for the prices, for the planes not to be grounded. Then we have the airlines themselves who are saying that they cannot continue to subsidize the flights because just the price of aviation fuel is 70% of the operation cost already, even before the increase in the prices of aviation fuel. He said that at first, in the last 2 weeks, what has happened is unbelievable. That this is the chairman of Airpeace talking. He said from 190 per litre, it jumped to 300 naira, and from there to 450. And then when we thought that was enough, 2 days ago it became 599. And then the following morning we bought it for 670 naira. We cannot continue to operate this way. So this is why a lot of us are seeing the delays, the cancellations. And
the train is packed on the road. The train is the same thing. Diesel, no diesel. Train. You have that story. We have to run. So the train. I'm not quoting here. Let me just narrate the story. So the train was leaving from Ibadan to Lagos, packed on the road in the middle of nowhere. And the passengers were agitated. They felt there's an attack going on because they've been having stories of a train packing, attacks coming, and all that. But they realized that it was diesel that finished inside train. So it took them 2 hours before they got the diesel, the refuel, and when they were explaining, they mentioned that they've been having shortage of diesel, so they have to stop on the road and refill. Please, this is not acceptable. If you don't have enough diesel to go, don't go on the journey now. Okay, well, start it. I think it's even worth talking about because listen, this is a global problem. It's not just Nigeria.
It's risky.
It's risky, but the same Nigerians that they say they cancelled the train. I was supposed to go to go.
No, if Nigerians know that they cancelled the train,
we know about diesel.
Let's go on a break. We'll be right back. Nigerians,
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Any short.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and
Thanks for staying with us. So, another topic that was trending in the past few days was a story about Chidinma, the alleged killer of the Super TV boss. And this story trended because she won the beauty pageant at the Kirikiri prison. And they were having an International Women's Day celebration. And many felt that it came across as insensitive for her to seem really happy and joyful in prison. Now, the reason why this is interesting is because it brings another angle to the conversation of the Nigerian-ness of things, you know? Many of us, let me first of all start with your view before we even get in deeper. What are your thoughts when you initially saw that video? What came to you and what have you heard so far before we even dig further?
Which of the videos? The Chidinma?
Chidinma, yes.
With the beauty pageants. Okay,
The dancing.
I didn't see anything wrong in what was being done in prison because I understand that the prison is a correctional center, a place where criminals are put to for the sake of correction. So even if you're being sentenced to life, you are still expected as a human being to live out that life, find purpose in that life, even if you have been sentenced. So, and there are there are a lot of activities that they carry out in the correctional facilities that help to reform these people. That's the essence of having such a place. We are not in that animal kingdom where you do this and we fire you and you are dead. As long as you have life, you have a right to live out that life to the best of your ability. And they are guided in a way that reforms them, that changes them, so that peradventure they come out in society, they are better for it. We've seen people who give their lives to Christ in the prisons. We've seen people who, pick up professions. We've seen people who study, become lawyers, which is a way of removing them from their bad behavior. So, in life coaching, there's something they say that every bad behavior is motivated by the need for happiness, the search for happiness. So that person who has gone to murder somebody, at the end goal, what he or she wanted to achieve was to be happy. Probably murder this person, do rituals with this person, get money from it, and buy things to make me happy. So what we do is we find a way to change that's happiness. That's the crux of the matter, the drive that is pushing you. And we swap it with something positive. And that's what the prison is for. So if I say because you have committed so and so, and I don't think she has been convicted of the crime yet, so it's still in court, you are not allowed to be happy. You're not allowed to live. If she comes out, don't you think she'll become worse? They're finding ways to reform her. So if they're going to do whatever activities they're doing there, it's their business there. Is a way of reforming them. I think.
All right, let me pause there. What are your thoughts? Where I want to go first? The issue of insensitivity at this period.
Of course. I was shocked. I'm like, who does this? Who were the people that approved this, that allowed this to happen? Yes, I understand about rehabilitation and whatever that happens in prison. This is too soon. I was also reading because I needed to understand. Really, so now when someone commits murder, you just send them out to prison to chill and dance and do makeup, and is that what this is about? But I heard that there's actually a group of people who have been incarcerated for life, who get life sentence, who committed murder, that there are some activities they do not participate in. Where they stay is even more uncomfortable than, other prisoners. And I feel that because this is still very new, we should see her suffering for a crime that she committed. Imagine the wife of this man watching this, or the family of this man watching.
She hasn't been convicted.
I don't care. Enough for her to be in that prison. She was involved in it somehow. They believe she's a prisoner to the point that they are putting her to be misprisoned. Is she not? So my own is, she could, maybe if in 5 years, she can join activities if she's proven herself. Many times when we hear of prisoners that have proven themselves, it's not because they've been in prison for 2 weeks or for 1 month. It's that in the 5 years or in the 10 years they have been in prison, they have proven that they can be upstanding prisoners, despite what they had done in the past. But this is just still very new. She can watch other people do things. She can go to the library and read a book. She can go for Christian seminars and sit down there. Not to be wearing makeup and be flaunting her beauty in the face of the death and the murder of a man that people are still trying to get over.
So, would this have been better because if Chidinma wasn't there, we probably wouldn't have heard about it. This is not the first International Women's Day. I'm sure they've done others, fashion shows and everything. We didn't hear about it, but the reason why this was probably so shocking to a lot of people was because it involved Chidinma. Does the Chidinma factor really make it worse, or is it just like, hey, that's how they do it?
Just as we're saying yesterday, some people are story item, and she's the rave of murder cases now. Unfortunately, she's not been convicted yet, so she's still allowed some level of happiness. Anything can happen. We can just find out later that she didn't actually commit the murder. So would it have been nice that we put a pause on her life? And for those who have even been convicted, they're allowed to school, they're allowed to learn a trade, skill, and and thrive in prison. The incarceration is the punishment. They used to do those days during the colonial masters days that they say with hard labor. There's no hard labor as such like that in this case. The incarceration and then another chance at life. The rehabilitation is now called the reformation. Prisons, reforms, whatever now. So it's supposed to be helping them to be better persons. And in helping them to be better persons is, help them understand what is most important to derive happiness from.
What Mariam is saying is the timing.
Good. Let me go back. You said that, what if it happens that she was not, she did not commit the murder and then she's let go? That's the incarceration. She should be incarcerated and she should stay there. Nobody has asked that she be killed. Nobody has asked that she be hanged. Nobody has asked that she should sit on any electric chair. Because that is still dicey, her involvement in it. She's been incarcerated and she should stay in a corner and be...
in a naughty corner.
Yes, sit in your naughty corner and be sober.
She's actually in a naughty corner.
It's still very fresh. I don't want to see you as the face of anything right now, apart from the face of, I am sorry, this is what I've done.
Except she did it.
And if she did not do it, she should sit down.
No, the fact that you're even connected to it, that you were even there. That you even dated.
Kirikiri medium prison, which I believe is where this happened.
Yes.
It's not bees.
It's not hollow.
It's not party place.
Yes.
It's enough naughty corner. So if somebody can even be in that, because I go there, I see the way they drag, they beg for money. Sometimes we tip, we drop something, and they're dragging. And once you try to give one person, the other person goes, please, madam, give me something. Auntie, give me something. And like that. Some people will even go Arabic on you, begging for money. It's a tough life in the prisons. So whatever the prisons can do to make it life at all, I think we should be commending the prison service. You know,
interestingly, I was even shocked that there was a lot of joy in the prison. I mean, I was happy. I was really happy to see joy. I mean, it was refreshing to see that these people, they love their work. I saw the women sitting down, they were so happy. So I was happy to see that, but I understand that angle of how is the wife of the Super TV cop feeling at this moment, the mother? How is she feeling at this moment? That is it the right thing to do?
But that's how life is.
But she's not
when crimes are committed and conviction comes, there must be consequences. Now, the process of the consequence may differ. But if tomorrow she's convicted, she would have a consequence. That's what we're fighting for, and that is fairness and justice. But on the road to that conviction, you people here always after, do you throw away the baby and the bathwater? You people like that baby and bathwater. Me, I don't care about the baby and bathwater. But till that process, what do you hope for this life afterwards? Is that punishment to end her? Is that punishment to finish her?
The timing.
Are you taking leave the timing? No, leave the timing. If not that she's a popular person, we wouldn't have known now. They do activities there all the time. People, NGOs, civil societies constantly go to prisons to try and make these people's lives better so that they have a new lease on life. For peradventure, they come out, they are better human beings. So it's work in progress. And even me, in the scriptures, even when Cain killed the brother, Abel, what did God do? He sent him away. God could have killed him. And told him not to be happy ever again. But he sent him away. No, hold on. So for me, let's not be in a hurry. There was a very powerful argument Nima made sometime and said, what if this person goes through, what if this person is killed and goes through this sort of punishment, and after how many years you realize that is not the person in question? These things are not black and white. There's always a gray somewhere. So let's not be in a hurry. She's been in prison. She's incarcerated already. Her freedom is taken away from her. Her schooling is taken. A lot of things are taken away from her, pending when that conviction comes. But how does she live within that time? Let's try and make things easier for people.
I wanted to answer this and say, oh, we should give her a crown then. No, they already gave her a crown. Which crown? They are giving her a crown. See, there are some criminals that commit crimes so that they can be famous. We've heard of infamous criminals. People read about them, watch them, and see what they did and how they became famous so that they too can commit the crime and be famous. You don't put the person on a pedestal. You are saying to the criminally minded people like this, oh, this is where I could end up. I can still be famous. Some people commit crimes to be famous.
The thrill of the attention.
I will end up in prison, but people will read about me. People will write me letters. People will see my picture as I'm being crowned.
Wait. No, I want you, Mariam, I need you to understand what she's saying. It's very critical. It's not about Chidinma. It's about somebody who's watching Chidinma and saying, so I can also do this and be and be on this category. That's the point she's making.
If I don't commit the crime, okay, yes. Right now, Seth, my house is not even that cool. Let me even go to the prison. I will do my makeup in prison. I will do this. And maybe get off some weekends. Please.
Okay, so the thing is, if you think that way, something is wrong with you.
Naturally. Something is wrong with criminals. Every criminal has a score.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So if you think you want to get fame and be in prison, have you visited the prisons first to see their living conditions before you want to stay there for fame? For which fame? So now that she has gotten the crown, what
I can't hear anybody. I can't hear anybody.
People still want to commit crimes, even knowing that people are suffering in prison. People still commit crimes, even though they know that they are sentenced to life. People still commit crimes, even when they know that some of them are shot for those crimes. So we have those sort of people. Those are the people who are talking about. We're not talking about regular people. You and I. We're looking at people that are looking at this as an example. You need to make examples of criminals. You don't make them the star of a show.
So people will always commit a crime. We need to take a stand. Do we want to finish them once they commit that crime and move on? Or do we want to keep them? And when we're keeping them, how do we want their lives to turn out? It's about it's not about people wanting to be famous. So I've gone to the prisons myself. I've seen their living conditions there. I don't think a right-thinking person, you know what, we like to get away with crime.
In this part of the... That's what you're saying. They're not right-thinking. You can't live in a prison. But most people who commit crimes are not right-thinking. For example, it was not even you that was saying that. When I was telling you about the Ukraine, our children in Ukraine, I was saying that we have no water, we have no light. Please bring us up. You said we don't have it here now. You don't have water, we don't have light. That's what you complain. You complain you're coming from Ukraine. So it's like it's the same thing. There are people who are living in worse conditions. At least, let me enter that place. So I go wear makeup. Me, I can't buy pencil. I will enter that prison and wear makeup. You know? So it's the psychology of the sick person we're talking about. So, but let me go on a break and I'll come back to you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So you gotta have a smile, no matter what it takes.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 40...
So, for example, God forbid, this Bamishe's killer, the driver, is arrested in police, and tomorrow he wins a macho man pageant with a six-pack and is walking down, and we're like, oh yes, I'm the hottest man. Would you like it?
The hottest man in prison.
Yeah. I'm just saying though, this clown that recently was arrested, if we have him there, we wouldn't find it funny. We wouldn't laugh. It's because this girl was pretty.
Him, the 6 packs will disappear.
Sorry?
If he has 6 packs, our 8 will not melt it.
Exactly.
To not take it away. And so if the prison organizes an activity, or the prison reform center organizes an activity and he takes part in it, we will see the 6 packs. The point is, in the olden days, they used to have a uniform. that they will wear when they're going to court and out. But since this murder case have started, we've always seen Chidinma in slaying tight jeans.
Oh, who they give and the
So I understand Miriam's point of view that the prison, they need to do more. They need to douse her because the girl get body. There's nothing we can do about it.
They need to cover her up.
Now, they need to cover her up. Now, we cannot do anything about it. Now, the poor girl, she's not the only one. You know how
Now
many
she's
people...
a poor girl.
No, she's a poor girl. No, let me finish. Because we are talking about her today. There are several Chidinmas, either guilty or not
guilty,
that have not been proven, that are waiting trial for years.
For years.
Oh. Some people exhaust the sentence that they would eventually get for the crime, waiting. Our prisons are congested. There has to be a life there. That life does not take away the sentence. And it's a one-day event. It can happen. On Saturday, Ileya Day, I work with shoulders for you. We will go and raise money. We will carry food there. We carry Ileya Ram too there. They will have their salary, even if they are awaiting murder cases.
So I think the point, Nima, I'll come to you because there are few messages that you want to take. I think what I'm also hearing is that you're right. They are in that space. That's what they are going through. But I think it's a timing. Is that for me, it's my own issue. That kind of thing, she's just been recently arrested. The trial is still ongoing, and it's still fairly fresh. I mean, this man is barely a year.
That got us here. Whatever they do in prison, remain in prison. Stay there. They have committed until they release you. But we will not say stay in prison, die before death comes. You will not die down.
Let me take this call, Charles, and I'll come to you. Charles, are you there?
If you kill somebody, they'll kill you.
Charles, I lost you. Oh, Chudi, are you there? Okay, go ahead, Bisi.
Yeah, so the thing is, when you... Let me go to energies, for instance. When you gather people who have committed crime and you don't give them a way to express, you don't give them a way to see a new lease in life, you don't give them, you just put them in that everybody must be punished, everybody must be gloomy, everybody must be sad, you must do your punishment and all of that. Ask the people who are in charge of those correctional activities. They kill some of them. They become so vicious because the energy is rubbing off on everyone. I'm angry because I've killed you. I'm angry because you have stolen. You're angry because... So everything becomes very vicious in that place. And so what these people do, because they are human beings too, they have families, they find a way to make things lighter for the inmates so that they can have peace themselves. This is just strictly correctional servicing. They must make things easier. They must give these people another perspective of life to make their stay there, even they as the correctional officers, easier for themselves. Or else you hear there's a lot of fights. You see people killing people in the prisons, you see people stabbing people and all of that. So it's a way of just making light the gloomy situation already and not just depressing everybody because they have to take their punishment.
Right. Let me take Ade and I'll come to Mariam. Ade, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Number one, I want to say more to all of you. You are doing a very good job.
Thank you, sir.
You don't even have to start very hard. When you go low, you go high. Please, you are doing a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Now, coming to this issue. Anywhere you see a beautiful girl, they only have their way. So, the reason why this girl is shining like this is because of her beauty. Remember, they bring her to prison with a flash car sometimes. So, it's because of the beauty. That is what is working for her. Nothing more than that. People admire our beauty. So if you can get away with anything, maybe you're sleeping in cozy office in the prison now, cool air condition. Nobody knows. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
No matter where in Africa, once it's beautiful, if you commit a crime, the boss will say, this girl is fine, put her in a separate place. So that's exactly what is happening.
Thank you, Ade.
But besides that...
Thank you, Ade. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm not saying that you should not have access to the different programs that are available to prisoners in prison. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you don't put a beauty queen crown on someone, in her situation. But let's even move away from her. So there are different programs in prison. There are people who become priests. We went, I think it was Tokwe and I, we visited prison one time. They've got computer labs, they have a place where people learn to be pastors, What's the name of the course, when you learn to be a pastor,
Theology.
yes, they have those classes. They have people who were there who had written their WAEC, who had gone on to write JAM, who were going off to university, while in prison. So those things are open to a lot of people. And I encourage that. Being in prison does not mean that your life has ended, but that you are rehabilitated, and hopefully you recognize that you did something wrong and you're sorry for it. And maybe one day you're able to pen a letter of deep apology to the family that you had, because of your act, you have done this. But I feel that it was insensitive. I'm not only going to blame the journalist, and I'm not blaming the journalist. I'm blaming the authority that put that thing together and thought that she was eligible enough. She was eligible for that thing at this time. The journalist just told us what was happening, then left for us to interpret. And this is how I've interpreted mine. So if I remember when we were in secondary school, a lot of us that went to St. Louis College, we remember, we used to go, we had different church activities. You go to the prisons. And I would never forget, the first person I met, the first armed robber, a female armed robber, she used to come visit our hostel some weekends. She had spent, and then what she used to use that her time to tell us of how she got into prison, her upbringing and the different bad choices that she made, and she ended up in prison. But she had stayed in prison, I think it was her 5th year or her 10th year at the time when we used to go to visit, and she had rehabilitated herself. She understood what she had done, and you could see the work. The reason why she was recognized and allowed to mingle with us the way that she did was because of the work she had put in. People could see how sorry that she was. If we had met her as young girls at that time in secondary school, we had gone to the prison and we had met her being made up and just carrying her, beauty and flaunting it around, we are going to think, so this is what happens. You just end up there and just become a super queen. Do you understand? But we saw someone that put in work, that was helping other prisoners to the point that even the warders, they were able to recommend her for visitations, like we are going to see her, and she was able to come and see us. And she used that platform to talk of her story and what she did wrong. And that's all I'm saying, that we have younger people out there. We're constantly talking of a society that has fallen on its face. We're constantly saying how our children are taking drugs, doing all sorts of crimes. And we always say at this table is because they don't see the end result, the consequences of what their actions is leading them to. And that is what we're doing with Chidinma, putting her on that sort of pedestal, telling people that, you know what, if you're a fine girl, you'll get away with many things. If you're a fine girl,
even in prison.
If you're a fine girl, if you get to prison, it won't be that tough. So do what you need to do. Make your bad choices. It won't be that bad.
Let me take this official response from the prison spokesperson, because it's actually exactly everything we've been saying. But let me just reiterate so it's specific to them. So what happened is that part of our reformation and rehabilitation program is to keep the inmates in a sound and good spirit. We organize a number of social engagements amongst them, recreational activities, theater work. They have the cooking, tailoring, makeup, amongst others. There are so many things we do in line with their activities. There are a number of programs that we've introduced to the inmates. First, we ensure that while they are there, they are open to correction. Second, we ensure that they're in good spirit in order to help them kill boredom. Kill boredom. There are things that will make them happy because of our primary responsibility is to keep them safe and sound. That was what happened, and she emerged the best in the competition. It is part of what we do. The person in charge of the Kirikiri Female Prison has been doing marvelously well. Now, so...
May I add to that quickly?
Yes.
So this...
Let me go on the break. I would like to take your comments after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
How would makeup in progress? Makeup.
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking. Time is racing. Lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup.
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking. Time is racing. Lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Flash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria.
Thank you for staying with us. So let's take a few comments from on this matter of Chidinma. I have one here that I've been holding. It says that Michelle, that's what she became, Michelle. Says, legally it's okay, morally it's bad. She was not supposed to be allowed at the first place or in the first place. This is one of the reasons why our society got to this nonsense level. We shouldn't give wrong visibility. So that's his own perspective, wrong visibility.
says prisoners have human rights now. She's not convicted yet. She's not a prisoner yet. She's only an inmate awaiting trial. Don't let us jump the gun and convict her before trial. Dream Football says, you get it. They want to use the beauty contest to exonerate Chidinma. It may lower her sentence in a way for good behavior.
Hey, Nigerians have started
a big joke.
I beg. You know, I want to pause on that. Pause on that for a second. Anthony, let me take Anthony. I'll come back to you. Anthony, are you there? Please go ahead. You're live.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. You're live.
I would like to commend your good work.
Yes, thank you, sir.
I don't need the program. Every morning, even though I get to work, and I make sure I record them when I have my free time, I go pray again. Concerning the topic of this morning, since that weekend, I want to express a little bit of disappointment. If what Chidinma had done happened to the enemy of any of your husband, the enemy of your husband or your uncle, will you be in the studio there saying this? People are watching. It has been as ever the kidnapper to go on a macho whatever and we are encouraging kidnappers to follow suit. That is what they do in prison here. So I think the timing is wrong. Even this kind of topic requires a lot of diplomacy. It requires a lot of diplomacy. A lot of people are watching. And sincerely speaking, it is too early for whatever is happening. Don't forget the court has not convicted Chidinma, but she was directly involved with her family members in this crime. So what are we talking about? Please.
All right. Thank you very much. We've all watched. Yes. Go ahead, basically.
I said I know that for those people who decide to accept the reformation of the prisons, it helps them find a purpose for their lives. If this girl, as fine as she is, was contesting in beauty pageants when she was not in the cell, she wouldn't have resorted to this sort of crime. So it could be that they've sized her up and they've said, okay, this is an aspect that if peradventure you leave this place, you can make a living out of this. Why don't we push you and see how it goes?
Student in a university.
I know. She may not really. If you understand your purpose, there are certain places you will not be caught. There are certain places you cannot be. There are certain crimes you cannot commit because you know where you're going to. So it's possible she's in school. A lot of us were in school now. Did we know what we're doing at the time? So it could be that they just, okay, with what you have, maybe how you speak, I've not heard her before, and all that. If we push you in this line, if after everything you're not the criminal and you are let out, you could find a career in this path.
You can go and apply for Big Brother.
Yes, should we not shut it down? She has not been convicted yet. Go ahead.
There are reasons where there are legislated consequences for certain misnomer or actions in society. And until that consequence is the one legislated on is what she's facing, she can have a life. That's the truth.
I agree.
Whether it's in our face or not, we must be able to separate our emotions from this.
I mean, Nigerians never do that.
Now that she's spending,
human beings,
this is a
Nigerian thing.
If she was fully convicted, and I don't think a convicted prisoner was part of that,
allowed.
If she was in life imprisonment, solitary confinement, death sentence on parole and all of that, I don't expect her to be flaunted in our face as if the consequence is not grievous enough. But she's awaiting trial.
Yes.
And she's presently undergoing trial. She's not being convicted. The law says innocent until proven guilty. We have some statements. There's this one I'm interested in. Festus Akiboyewa, he says, there's no need to be emotional about it. The prison authority by law cannot discriminate against Chidinma. They cannot choose her out and single her punishment for her. She has every right to contest, like other prisoners, but who leaked the video to the public self. And then he said something that I found interesting. I'm looking for.
While you're waiting for that, let me get Chidi. Chidi's been holding for a while. Chidi, are you there? Please go ahead. Hello, Chidi. You're live, Chidi. Go ahead.
He says, we are praying for the rule of law and not the rule of man in our country. The prison authority followed the law and allowed Chidinma to contest.
We are complaining. Thank you for taking me there. Because
our morality is different from law.
Yes.
So this is... Wait. Let me just put it in perspective so I'm not misunderstood. Because some people are catching fire, they call her poor girl. She's a poor girl. She committed crime, whether she was criminally inclined or she was induced to commit crime. Our mates are in school. That's the truth. So that's the reason I called her a poor girl.
So
Morally, if some of us were given the right to decide consequence for some sins in our house, some people will kill their house girl and leave their children different consequence for the same thing.
So I want us to go to that
issue. When the child has not been convicted, no clear consequence is not the same. Let's not just, See,
Nigeria is such a hard country to rule and lead because of these emotions. Either we want rule of law, we want good justice. We are always picking and choosing what we want. And I think that's where I agree with you in the sense that should we follow the law? And has there been a crime that was committed from the side of the correctional facility?
No.
The crime will be that everybody there is in medium prison and they are doing something and then they say you because Super TV CEO that you will not chop, you will not do anything. They are already positioned for a sitting judge.
That's not what you say.
So when she becomes a convicted prisoner, you don't then put her on a pageant because that will, of course, not deter other people, criminally inclined people like her. Let them convict her first. Let them convict her.
But this can be a learning curve, even to the sense that, listen, once we're having a trial, such a high-level trial such like this is ongoing, there should be a facility that you are put on hold. That is where you are for now. You're not yet been drafted into the prison life where you be convicted. I'm just saying it could be a learning curve where, for example, there's a holding cell while you're on trial. This is where you are. Now, once you not be drafted as a convicted murderer, now you enter our community because you're not even going anywhere. You're going to be here. You cannot start doing beauty pageant because nobody else will find out. But because you're in a holding center, you cannot participate. It could be a learning curve.
And then I wanted to talk about this emotional. Nigerians are emotional. We're not in this case, nobody is emotional onto the part that we're asking for jungle justice. Nobody is emotional onto the part that is saying beat her, crucify her, don't feed her. We're saying, yes, let the law take its course. She is there. But what we're saying is that find something else to
activity
to engage her in, not this sort of thing that makes it look. It's the way it's perception. It makes it look like we are
having fun.
We are awarding her for bad behavior. That's how it comes across.
Perception.
And also, again, I'll reiterate the timing. There are some things that can be too soon, and this is way too soon. When it was just 2 weeks ago now, we saw her on this thing, confessing to some of the things that she did. And then a few weeks later, we're seeing a crown on her head. Please.
So let me take Dolly and I'll come to you. Dolly, are you there? Thanks for calling from Kaduna.
Yes. Good
You're
morning.
live. Go ahead, please.
Yes, your view, really, you people are doing great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Yes, thank you. So this issue of Chidinma and what transpired in the correctional center in Lagos, in fact, I don't really understand why the correctional center should do it that way. Because what we mean by correctional center is this. It's for those who have been convicted. Then you can correct them there. But for somebody awaiting trial on a serious note is not supposed to participate in such thing. And you know the grievousness of what Chidinma committed. Honestly, the world is watching. And for her to come out boldly like this, because correctional center or whosoever that must have done that, in fact, is not the best. Correctional center is for those who have been convicted and they have hope of coming out tomorrow.
Right. Thank you very much. We have to wrap up on this, but I thought Kirikiri for me was like really high up there. Yes. Kirikiri is like, I didn't know that she was taken to Kirikiri. But what are your final words on this? I mean, I think we've all practically said our points, but let me check a few comments. Any other comments?
At some point, Evans had gained my sympathy.
Who?
Evans, the kidnapper, at some point. He had gained my sympathy because it was held for too long. Trial was ongoing forever. And he even filed his fundamental human rights enforcement order case and tried to get an order. Because, again, this investigating police officer is already exposed to be corrupt. So, at some point, he had gained my sympathy, but we're grateful that the Lagos State High Court found him guilty and sentenced him eventually to life imprisonment. For that time, they were able to sustain that prosecution. So sometimes it could be the other way. I would have just, beaten and punished them for wrong things. I've seen too many wrong.
So the other way, as we said earlier, Nima, was like that. So imagine Evans also participating in some kind of pageant while waiting. So that is the insensitivity of it, saying that, okay, this man did this, this man did that. Why is he being allowed to have so much fun? Yeah, so I think the learning curve also, is that whatever happens whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Whatever should happen in correctional facility should stay in the correctional facilities. This is not the first time they're doing this kind of events, but the people are saying, keep it there. We don't want to know what's happening. The issue is that...
I wanted to quickly say that I blame the journalists again. Because 2019 they do. 2015 they do. In the past, they've been having International Women's Day and things like this to excite
themselves. It's sensationalizing this kind of issue.
Yes. So the person capturing it made it news item because Chidinma won.
Because we all want to trend. We all want traction. So you come up with...
And that is in the face of the family suffering already the loss of their son.
It takes us to the angle I wanted to go to. But that restraint and the fact that we come up with all these... restraints, thank you. These other angle where we come up with conspiracy theories that doesn't exist. One just happened yesterday. Let me not bring it up because this person is a very firecracker. She come after me now. It just happened within TVC right now yesterday. Just come up with all sorts of conspiracy theories because you have the phone and mobile phone. You just come up with all these things. It's crazy. Let's go on a break. When we come back, move on to another topic that is calmer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
A little bit perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thanks for staying with us. So there's an interesting story on social media about a dancer, Kora Obidi, concerning her recent fight with her spouse. And I think what made it interesting was the fact that her spouse went live whilst we're having an argument. To make it worse, I think he's also asking for a divorce, saying that she's narcissistic. Now, there are different angles to this story, and as I said, we don't like talking about too much on this show. We just like to elicit learnings so that as we go through life, we can pick a few lessons here and there. And one of the factors we like to talk about is the fact that a spouse can actually go live
while you're having that intimate situation of a fight. You know, fighting can be quite intimate, where there are personal things being said, things you're likely going to regret, but you know it's just between A and B. But the moment third parties come in, not just third parties,
a full public
a
of
full
online
public, yes.
judges.
Yes, thank you. A full public of online judges come on and they're watching you, and the other person is not aware. Now, is that the new world we're living in, where that's a possibility, or does it still come across as disrespectful?
So this is what happened. The man had come out to say that, you know, they were getting a divorce. He was tired. He ranted. And someone went on his live and said, this is another prank. And he said, and he put his face on the poster and said, this is serious. This is no prank. This is not a joke. And later, her sister comes out to say they're going through hard times. First of all, she just gave birth. Yeah. So probably still adjusting to second motherhood. We know what we all go through during that time. And the sister responded that they're dealing with a lot of issues and they are also helping them with it.
Navigate it.
You know, and then this morning, I just saw on my Instagram while in traffic that, you know, he went live on her. And in the course of that conversation, I heard him saying to her, she was saying to him, why are you doing this? And he's saying, repeat what you said. Repeat what you said. And, you know, she was like, why are you doing this? You know, like trying to say, why are you going public? And I heard their child at the background also crying. So I just thought the way to go about private fights like that is to give it time. We've seen the worst of marriages that someone would have said, this marriage will not make it. And you see the couples doing well later because they matured over their differences. Yeah. Whatever they're going through now does not deserve public judgment, which is what he's been petty about putting it out there. I'm not saying she's an angel. I'm not saying she's perfect. But if this does not come up as part of evidence, maybe in court or something, a transaction, when it's premeditated, because I had a couple once, and the divorce is final now, sadly. They were a young couple, less than a year of marriage, and their first financial fight because the man had claimed to have certain financial status he did not have, and made the girl go and commit to certain debts to cover up their financial needs at home, only to expose to her later that this thing you went to do, find a way to deal with it, I don't have, and all of that. She was like, no, but you said this. You said I should go ahead, I should get this to help us cover up and all of this. Why are you doing this? And so a fight happened, and they went at each other. And so he went at her family saying she was not well raised, she's not a supportive wife. He insulted her parents. The girl was quiet. So by the time she was provoked enough to respond, the guy just goes silent, put record, and took all of her voice. And the first time family members tried to intervene, he would just keep playing it to his parents.
Where she insulted them.
Where she insulted them. To his parents, to her parents, to the point that she was at suicide point when I met her. She kept insisting to me that I swear with all that I believe in. I was provoked to respond. My family was insulted first, and then I insulted his own, but now I don't have audio evidence. Yes. And we should go to the family to apologize because her family, you sort of blacklisted her that you're an embarrassment. You have insulted your in-laws. Go and beg your in-laws. She'll go to her in-laws' house to beg. They will say, Omoburuku, they will push her out. The mother and everybody will insult her. Her own family too will not take. And she had a mentor, a big sister that she looked up to amongst her siblings, who, in fact, rejected her behavior. I had to come in. At the end of the day, fast forward, when she said, okay, now, this I'm done with. I said, okay, you have to be tougher than this. She moved on. He now came back with another evidence saying, I had to do this to cover face because I don't want to be called a poor weakling. Saying that I don't want the marriage to break. Of course, the young girl said, never again in my life will I make the kind of mistake of a partner that I made with you. Right. Because couples fight every day and sometimes don't mean the things they say to each other, which is why our parents will say to us that when you have a fight with your spouse, don't go and tell anybody because you will forget the bad times. But the person that is helping you will never forget it.
Carry it on.
So all right, so it goes back to this new age of social media because the truth is that this new world comes up with all sorts of angles, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, how do I navigate in this new social media world where a small argument in the home can become a global conversation? You know, and is that the reality? Those I keep your things private. There's really nothing private anymore. I had to see somebody yesterday, and I was telling, well, I heard that you're going on leave. How did you hear? I have heard. Hey, I didn't even tell anybody. Don't those two. Don't worry.
So the thing is, Mariah, once you say it, the wind carries it, and everybody can hear. Back in the days, we didn't have social media. So when you say it, it's within the ears of maybe the family members, a few friends, you know. And when I gist Nima what I'm going through in my home, there's no way Nima will not gist Miriam or YK. The gist will come up one day. Hi, Zobiajula, I've not seen her since. Hey, she Kuku told me. No, I'm just saying how this gist fly. She may not be saying it from a point of gossiping me, but she may be saying it from, we need to help her, we need to talk to her, we need to find a way to make it work between them, you know? And the other person who hears and the other person who hears, that's how gist flies. But now, people need to understand that social media does not have your best interest at heart. The court of public judges are there to be entertained. They are frustrated with their own personal problems that they are going through. They see your gist as entertainment. So if you have this at the back of your mind, if you have a problem with your spouse, as much as you can resolve it between the two of you, resolve it. I'm going to be 14 years in this marriage. I have never called an outside person to resolve me and my husband, because we agreed that if you know that you are not divorcing, you know that you are not marrying another person, whatever we have between us, let us sort it. If we need to carry that face for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, let us carry it. It's between us. We're not do you plan to go anywhere? I say no. Do you plan to go anywhere? I say no, I don't have money to marry another person. We have to sort it. So we can quarrel and twist and do, and as long as it doesn't hit hard on our deal breakers. For me, abuse is a deal breaker. So even if I don't say a word to anybody, I'll carry my bag and I will go, because that is my deal breaker. But as long as it's an issue that we can still find a way, because the truth is, like Nima said, and we were told growing up, by the time you have forgiven your spouse, your family members will not forgive that spouse. They will hold it. You are the one that treated our daughter this way. Not to talk of online judge and jury that don't like you in the first place. They don't care about your success. They are just there to collect gist, entertain themselves, and move on. And you give them your story. Tomorrow, when you move on, years back, they will play it and use it against you.
Right,
so if we have this at the back of our minds, it will help us to understand that no matter how hurt we feel, remember the first love that you had for this person, and don't play dirty. So what that man was doing was playing dirty. You are videoing her response and goading her to do more without her knowing. You did not plan two of you were going to go online.
So let me go to that, because, and I like Mariam to answer that, because can we begin to forgive in this situation where this new world says, let me record you, I'm upset with you and I want evidence, and I record you, I play it to your spouses, or I play it to your family, or I go live. Now, this is what happens in this our new world, right? Now, if somebody does that to you physically, you can ask for forgiveness. But can you forgive this if your spouse goes live on you during a very intimate fight? Does that mean deception to you? Or does it mean, is it something that we can go past, go, hey, listen, this is what everybody does. He just did it casually, he didn't mean it that way. I can still forgive and move on. Can she really forgive this? Or could this be a deal breaker?
For me, this will be a deal breaker. This will hurt me so bad. I'm just imagining Mr. Longe going online and put it. It will be the end. For me, it would mean that this is over. I just can't imagine it. But then I'm thinking of our children. Our children are growing up in a different world. We need to do something quickly to regulate social media.
Thank you.
Because I'm afraid of marriages becoming Big Brother houses.
Simple.
Reality shows. Our children are in their marriages, and then the whole world can tell what is going on, because we show everything now, from when we wake up to when we go to bed. But there are also social media people. So maybe for them, they'll be able to find a way around this. They may be able to forgive each other. But if it were to happen to me with my old school ways and my privacy ways, it will completely destroy me. You know, when you get messages from people you don't know, all the trolls and whatever, they can say their worst, they can do anything, and you get, water off your, you move on. But when a family member or a loved one does something like this, honestly, as I'm sitting down here right now, I don't know the process that I will take towards forgiveness. It will be very tough.
Let me go on a quick break. When I come back, I think I have a caller. Good morning, are you there? Okay, I'll go on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja and
Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we're still on this matter, and the angle that she brought in, which is the fact that, family members take these kind of stories. Right now, today, when we fight, any small fight we have, maybe not to just spouse it, but anybody, you click put record, just have evidence. You might not post it on social media, but you have evidence of what happened. You want to even share with somebody, this is what happened, what she said, how she said it, you record it as evidence. That's the new world. So should we still perceive somebody recording a situation as bad or as, listen, I'm just trying to get evidence?
Recording has saved some lives.
Yes.
I will not say don't record anything. Now you know the situation you did and how bad it is.
Yes.
But don't be an unfair recorder. Don't keep quiet on your own.
Before. No, that's life now. That's life. No, see, you always say a story from your own perspective. You won't say it from someone else's perspective.
Not all of us. Yeah, not all of us. It is the height of injustice and unfairness, and God Himself will not be just to you. The overall judge. If you are unable to look yourself and say, this thing I do, I'm too much small.
Don't play dirty.
You can't be in a marriage where you record your partner. You are a manipulative person. That's simple. Marriage. Yeah, and we should not pass like that.
Yes,
at daytime witchcraft. If you're a couple, you're having issues, and some people are even manipulative. They will ask a question to tilt, to provoke. That's not the point. If you're in abusive situations and you want to prove it, you've been suffering. You've been telling people, this thing I'm going through is tough. Women, men who suffer domestic violence, then have to prepare evidence. Maybe correspondence, WhatsApp messages, audio messages, and all of that, and prepare as part of going to court.
Yes.
That can help. You can even bring that to family members. But that's not what you say, okay, a popular social media person, I have 1 million followers, I'm going to drop you. That's manipulation.
Let me give you an example.
Now, I wanted to quickly say this. There's no fight. There's no fight that is even enough that you are on the brink of divorce that cannot be. See, there's nothing time does not heal.
Not beating.
Wait now. We remove beating. We're just saying couples fight. These are couples exchanging things at each other.
There's verbal abuse.
Yes, emotional abuse.
Emotional.
There is, and it takes a while. I just got a divorce in 2019.
Let me pause you for a second. I want to take an example. Let me take Nelly. I'll come to you. Nelly, are you there? Thanks for calling. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
All right, thank you. I just want to drop on something concerning the very first topic.
Yes.
That's Chidinma.
Yes.
First of all, I don't see anything wrong in her, participating at all because are we judging her for being beautiful? She hasn't been sentenced yet. You understand? So the crime here is, okay, let's just take for instance she wasn't that beautiful. she would have contested and no one would have heard anything. And people would have been satisfied, that she didn't win. But the problem here now is that she won and everyone is agitated. Now, her winning is just because she's beautiful, and that's just it. Do we get what I'm trying to say? So that's just her crime here. If she wasn't as pretty as she was, she would have contested, she wouldn't win, no one would hear anything, and nobody would be offended. So secondly, on the current topic now, when you're having a conversation with someone and then you get recorded, that one you can still think, should I play for someone, should I not play for someone? It's not like a final judgment. But when you go live, you went all out. Like there's no calling back, there's no returning back. You went all out. So I don't even know how a person can heal from that, or try.
Thank you so much, Nelly. That's a very.
I was saying that there's no fight that that you cannot forgive, even if it eventually leads to a divorce. Because now these people have children. Imagine the baby that is being breastfed now. That baby finds out. At the time of my birth, this was the drama. To the point my father went live. The children will still also have to deal with the consequence of this. Sometimes at the point of that anger, it seems like unforgivable, the death of it all. Everything don't end, I go die here. But give it time. Life will adjust, time will heal, and you will move past it and look back and say, it really wasn't that bad. Because you have other things to be thankful for. You don't have to be married to that spouse, but don't kill yourself or use a sword to attack that fight because the other sharp end will cut you as well.
Fantastic.
You're talking about times when you're talking about recording, and there are 2 occasions that I had to record a situation, and I did it for me, I believe, the right way. The person was aware I was recording. So I had this help from my agent. She was supposed to start work with me. She came the day before, and she came with a young man. The agent told me she was coming with this young man. And the next morning, she left. And I was worried. I'm like, what has happened to this person? I called the agent. He said I should not worry. He will try and find her. And then he says she's fine, that he heard that she went out with that young man. And then she came back to my house and wanted to go in. I said, Madam, please, I've packed your load outside. I am going to take a video.
You're leaving my house.
Yes, you're leaving my house. And now, so I was asking her questions. She was responding, because
anything can happen.
Yes. What if you are taking her away and then cut off her head somewhere, or something happened?
So recording is our new normal here.
Yes. Yeah. But I feel that the person should also understand that they are being recorded, because I just don't want any wahala. But when it comes to marital issues like this, we have seen times where people have had to record wounds from beating, because when you don't, after a few days, the bruises clear, and no matter what you say, they say that you're lying.
Let me pause you for a second, Warren. Let me take this call from Johnson as well. Hold him. Johnson, are you there?
Yes,
you're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. First on Chidinma's issue.
Yes.
I think the problem is with the person that got on air. This thing is what we do years over. Why take this one on air? I think it's just to create what we are now discussing, to raise the emotion, not take into consideration the family of the man that was here. That's the side. Now, on the very issue you are discussing now, you see, marriage is not just by age, by financial muscle, or whatever. Mind, developed mind matters a lot. Maturity matters a lot. Just imagine this is not coming from the woman, the man going on the air. Please, Nima and Co, just the way they are seated now, just imagine that you have just little scramble with your house and he's going on air. Can you just answer it? A man, what we are looking at, before you go into marriage, you need to be mature in heart and forgive.
Oh, I didn't hear him very clearly.
He was talking about being maturity. But so here was where I was going, about those who maybe are going through physical abuse. So we've had people who have used that video of themselves as evidence. But it's not but there's one thing, it's different to have evidence on your phone so that you can share it with relevant authorities. And then there's something about putting it on live for the whole world to be part of. So that means this is not about resolving the issue, or this is not about getting justice for myself. This is really about getting back at this person that has hurt me so much. I'm going to get back at you. People are going to see the sort of person that you are, So we need to talk to I don't want to say young people because we're finding all sorts of people involved. It's not even about very young people. Older people too are doing it. I don't even know. We need to talk to everyone. There has to be. We need to understand that there has to be a way where there has to be a way to handle controversy in our homes, between amongst each other, because it's all in the same pot of rudeness and trolling online. It's all in the same pot of stealthily taking a recording of someone so that you go and share it or sell it. It's all in the same pot of trolling, and you know, those are the things we need to. I think those, we'll call them the side effects or the negative effects of social media in general.
I was telling somebody that, you know, people see my husband and say, "Oh, he's a nice guy, nice guy." And I'm like, very nice. Let me marry him. He's like, yes, he's a nice guy, but you see, imagine if I record him when he's most vulnerable, or when he's at his lowest point, when the core of him comes out. And I say, yes, I've recorded you now. Everybody that thinks you're a nice guy, they will know that you're not a nice guy. I'm going to post it on social media. I'm paying back. So that is the wickedness or the witchcraft we're talking about. Because that's modern day witchcraft. Because I have it and I can use it against you.
Everybody has their
witchcraft. Have it. All have it.
Everybody. No matter how sweet you are, there's that part of you that when it comes out, and that's why you keep it away from loved ones.
Yes.
And it comes out once in a while. When it comes out, people are like, is this Miriam? I don't believe
Why did she use me as an example?
Is this BC? Please, I use myself. Is this BC? Oh my goodness. You know, and when it comes to love and relationships, we are there to protect each other. We are there to have each other's backs at our lowest moments. It will not be sweet that you expose your partner's weaknesses outside. There's a part of the scriptures that a son was punished for exposing the father's nakedness. So he walked into the room. I think it was Noah. And the father was drunk and laid naked. And he was laughing and went to call others. I think one of the other sons, I don't know if he's the elder or the younger, now came, saw the father and covered the shame. And he was blessed for that. Let's not forget it. We are here to cover each other's shame. Even if there's a celebrity I know that the relationship packed up, we did not hear speaking till today. She didn't say anything. She has moved on. The partner has moved on. They are co-raising their children. We did not hear speaking. So in raising our children, we should tell them that what is private should be private. So it's okay to show. No, wait now. I will call her. I don't know her name.
No, the partner later came out to say that he was at fault and it cost her such pain.
And this one, there's another one. There's another one.
We'll give you names.
This one you mentioned is the elderly one. There's a younger one. There's a younger one.
Is that elderly one I'm talking?
There's a younger one.
Later, the partner came out to say I was the one.
Till today. Well, I don't want to mention their names.
Send me a message.
No, you mentioned it.
I won't mention it. I won't mention it. Yeah, you send it to me. Send WhatsApp. Yeah. Type it.
Nothing was heard till everything happened. So in raising our children, it's okay. We want to be on social media. I like gossip too much, Mariah. Stop.
I don't know, doctor. I want to know the person you're talking about. I'll go commercial break.
No, don't go commercial break.
We'll be right
back. So.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Being a TV host, I can tell you that being a parent is one of the biggest reality shows you will ever produce. Hi. Oh, yeah. As cute as they can be, even you need to take a break to take care of some of the other realities of life. And that's why the TVC Staff Crash was put together to help parents just like me get those professional childcare services that they need. Come on, let's go. Let's go. The TVC Staff Crash Baby Lounge team of professionals are here to help take a load off your mind. The TVC Staff Crash is a nursing mom support system, a toddler safe haven, and a young learners academy throughout the year. It's comfortable, convenient, and with competitive pricing for the modern parent. So, while they learn through play, you can go about getting your pay. The TVC Staff Crash, open to the public from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience.
Welcome back. Go ahead with your gist.
So I think that because of the way social media is going, in raising our children, let us try and let them understand that some things must be private. As public as I am, as I show when I go on vacation, when I'm eating salad, I'm eating this, I'm doing this, I'm dancing and all of that. Have you ever seen when I'm quarreling with my husband?
Never.
Does that mean I don't quarrel? I quarrel. But I know that that is private. Because by the time we resolve ourselves, you people will not understand. You will not see him and say, even that one that will be for me. They are not even happy in their home. It's not your business what I do in my home. If I'm tired, I carry my bags and I go. And you will not hear picking. I will not explain to anybody. You know why? There's dignity in silence. There's dignity in discretion. You see all these women we mentioned to you now that kept there. Are we hearing them on social media? Are we hearing people dragging and explaining themselves? At the end of the day, when everything settles, that story remains. So we must teach our children right. Unfortunately, social media is everywhere. Everybody wants to show the good parts when the things are down. By the time gives you an opportunity to count your blessings backwards, you will realize that you did a good thing by not shouting and exposing yourself.
There's something that I do, right? And sometimes it makes me feel like I'm weak. Like when I'm fighting with someone, I always keep at the back of my hand that there's an after this fight. So I'm very careful not to use my mouth to say things that I would forever regret. And I see people when they fight, they say the worst things to each other, and then the next 2 days you want to continue. I'm like, how do you say all those things from the depth of your heart?
That's my husband.
My
husband will fight you. He will say, and I'll be so upset. Maybe just about 15 minutes later. Marasco, what's up?
He has moved on.
Like, excuse you?
That one,
that's not, it's the word. That's not even...
I had an acquaintance, we had a fight. And this person cursed. As in for hours, he was cursing. I know myself, I'm not that patient a person. Me, self, I'll be jaguda. And they fight for small, gidigbo, that kind of thing. So I could have gone outside. And I said, I'm preaching maturity. I bear this thing for hours.
Me too. Go
and the person now came and we're now talking. And I was at the point of saying, you two,
you know what?
I kept saying, there's an after. I kept reminding myself there's an after. At some point, I raised my voice. I was like, you know, this is too much. I can't take it. After don't come.
You people are sweet now.
Even though we're not as sweet yet. I'm just looking and saying, thank God.
You didn't say those things.
I hate myself after I'm angry.
Yeah, but for me,
when I'm angry, when I'm done being angry, I hate the after. I hate myself if I've exhibited that. I can't stand myself.
I think that's me.
So
I have hardly ever gotten angry.
And then you don't say something about people like, why didn't you tell her?
You don't say you're weak.
But the thing is, you're not weak. I know the words to say to you. I know how to say it to you that will help you. But I don't.
Especially in marriage. I mean, let's talk about marriage because that's that's one person that you can actually express yourself. Me, I find it difficult. I don't know what to say.
And you know
all my words.
You know how to.
I have the words though, but it can't come. Start stumbling over each other. Just keep quiet.
In my marriage, I'm the sharp mouth. I talk. The few times I've kept quiet, at the fights I won. Because everybody will be like, and I'll be like, I'm just done talking. And at the end of the few ones I have shut up, I got gifts.
I'm the quiet one. Unfortunately, I know people will not believe, but I'm actually the quiet one. So I'm the one, ask Mr. Agwe will tell you, I'm the one that when he's vibrating, I'm like this.
You can become that.
Ask him. It's not me that will tell you, it's him. Ask him. I am like this. I won't say a word. I told him when we're starting the relationship, I said, no, hold on. I told him, I said, I grew up in a very crazy home. You say you get crazy. I get crazy. I grew up where they break bottle on a daily basis. They wear pants fight. I grew up. But I told myself what I saw, I don't want my children to see it. And I deliberately keep quiet. From the beginning of the marriage, and ask him. You can call him on phone and ask him. He will say it publicly. I won't say a word because it's a decision that I made. And thankfully, my children have not seen that today. And I know why I'm saving them from saying it.
You can't be quiet with Brown. There's a way he will drag it out of you. Me, I keep quiet. I try to keep quiet.
Because one of my very good friends, you say one, she'll give you 100. But I've seen her in her marriage, and she's a totally different human being. She's pumping him. Yes, she doesn't say a word. And for me, I think her own is too that if I'm to say what I can say,
the marriage
this will be over. So
they know me, I don't sabi anything because I keep quiet and I try to show that I have something to say.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
Yeah. Your mind doesn't process that.
I don't process.
Some of us are deeper. So if I open my, growing up, I have a very bad mouth, and it's because of maturity and life coaching and everything that is saving my mouth.
Yeah.
If I open it,
it still needs more work.
The level of messing game I played as a child. Curse me, take your own.
I'm telling you.
You cannot come and curse me now.
And you not
see
collect.
Me looking like this and think I don't have response.
You not collect.
I'm not a reforming religiously reforming person. If you curse me, there's 10 million curses waiting somewhere that will
come. See, when me and my husband are fighting it, his mom and his grandma, they come to defend me. You see, grandma, they come, yes, don't try her. I'm just there. I don't have energy. Grandma comes and mama comes, everybody says, yeah, you know, because the truth is that we're all different. Yeah. But those are the journey we go through in marriage. Yes,
that
we shouldn't record. So I could have easily, while they're doing that, I could put my record it on and then use it. So let us be very careful.
The strength is not in cursing back. The strength is in withholding. What you would regret, restraining with what you would regret, and you would always regret. I always say to my children, anger is a dangerous emotion. It is a destructive emotion. At the end of anger, you will see all the things burnt down. Let me
add a little proverb. When you break an egg, it's difficult to take back. You cannot pack it back. Once it's broken, that's it. And that's how words are. Once you let it out, even if you say sorry, it's at the back of the mind of that person who you have offended. They will never
the new word on your view for the season is restraint.
Restraint.
We must exercise restraint in everything we do. In fact, we should be saying this all throughout this month. Restraint, tolerance, restraint, tolerance. It was SDJ that gave us this phrase, and we are sticking to it this month. Restraint and tolerance. Tolerance of each other on social media. Tolerance of each other of different views. We are different. You're Muslim, I'm Christian. You are Buddhist, you are this. You are green, I'm yellow. We are tolerant of our views. You are morally upright. I am not morally upright. I have a view. We don't concern you. I choose to go and
crown the prisoner. Don't crown the prisoner.
They don't concern you. We are all different people, and we must appreciate that difference and diversity. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye for now.